It's every person's dream to actually own something of their own. My desire was to have a home. The dream has become a reality. And initially it looked impossible, unachievable, but that has been attained. My name is Mary Nduta, a member of Kimisitu Sacco. Thanks to the Makao Halisi product, we now own our dream home.
The power of partnerships has enabled prosperity amongst communities around the world. Kimisitu Sacco is a credit and savings cooperative society located along Woodlands Road off Lenana Road. The Sacco was formed over 3 decades ago by a partnership between members of staff from International Centre for Research in Agroforestry, ICRAF, and International Development Research Centre, IDRC, with the sole aim of uplifting one another financially.
The origins of the name Kimisitu came from the staff who started the Sacco. The staff worked with ICRAF, which is International Center for Research of Agroforestry, that is Agriculture and Forestry. Hence the reason why the name Kimisitu came. The staff working in ICRAF and IDRC were unable to get finance from banks due to their short-term contracts. Hence, they started making savings and giving themselves loans. That is after the registration of Kimisitu in 1985. And Kimisitu has now grown. We have over 400 member organizations, with the staff coming from international organizations, non-governmental organizations, embassies, and reputable organizations. And the membership is over 7,100. The Sacco has grown from 2 staff to now 39 staff, and we are still growing. At the time of moving from ICRAF, our asset base was over 150 million, and currently, as at December 2018, the Sacco asset base is 6 billion. The growth has been tremendous, and this has been attributed to the confidence that our members have, whereby they brought even new members, their spouses, their children, to join the Sacco. The structure of Kimisitu is the membership, whereby the members elect 9 board members to direct and manage the Sacco on their behalf. The members also elect 3 members who are supervisory committee members who act as a watchdog to the board. Under the board is the CEO, who is in charge of the daily running of the Sacco. Then there is the management staff, followed by the other staff.
I was employed by ICRAF back in 1989. So when I joined back in 1989, staff members were looking, how could we better our lives? How could we economically empower ourselves? That is when the idea of Sacco came into play. And we thought, why can't we start a Sacco to economically empower ourselves as staff? It was time for us to start investing. It was time to make a difference. As we work, then we have some savings that we can look back or use to buy houses, to buy plots, cars, and economically go there. Others get school fees for our children, for ourselves, to enhance our lifestyles.
When I joined Kimisitu, we were very few actually in terms of members. We were only the ICRAF employees, and even the employees were not that many. So one, we were struggling financially because not even all the employees were members of the Kimisitu Society. And at that time, we didn't have employees of the Sacco, proper employees of the Sacco. It was being run on a voluntary basis by the ICRAF employees who had volunteered to join the committee. So at that particular moment, when I joined, I found that it was very difficult to get information because the employee whom you wish to get information from could be busy with their day-to-day work, and they could not have that moment to give you the information you needed. If it came to the point of applying for a loan, at times it was very difficult to know whether you've qualified for the loan, whether you'll get the loan or not. It was really not done in a very professional way.
The vision of the Sacco is to transform members' lives. In the 1990s, there was hyperinflation in Kenya, and borrowing from the banks, the interest on loans was about 35%. But when the Sacco started giving loans in 1995 to the members, the interest rate was 1% per month, which translates to 12% per annum. Personally, I have benefited from the Sacco through the loans that I have been able to take since 1995.
Among the services provided by Kimisitu Sacco is an array of loans ranging from Makao Halisi, which is a mortgage product, educational loans, which enables members to hire their studies, Kimisitu Mobile Loan, whereby members access funds from the comfort of their desks, motor vehicle and machinery loans, which in turn could be used by members as collateral to acquire other loans in future. We are at your service.
The Sacco has an array of products ranging from short-term loans to long-term loans that make sure that every member of the Sacco has a variety to patronage. On the long-term products, we've got Makao Halisi, which is a mortgage product, which has a long repayment period of 84 months and a very competitive interest rate, which is on a reducing balance. And the beauty about it is that the maximum amount of money that one can qualify for is 30 million. This has assisted a lot of members who have been able to come and patronage this product. We have the Premier Loan, which allows members to buy the bank loans and Sacco loans. It's also very competitive interest rate on a reducing balance, as well as a long repayment period, which is 60 months. The motor vehicle and machinery, which makes sure that members who are interested in buying cars and commercial vehicles have their needs catered for. On the short-term front, we have emergency loans. Emergency loans sorts our members in the sense that in 8 working hours, our members are able to have the monies in their account. To keep up with the trend in the industry, we've just launched Kimisitu Loan, which is applied through the mobile phone. And this means that we are offering convenience and affordability at the comfort of our members' desks. To make sure that we're catering for the savings products, we have 3 products. We have the Little Angel account. This is for kids. And this makes sure that the parents are able to inculcate the culture of saving to their children. We've got the Holiday Savings account, which is basically for the holiday makers. And we have Wekeza account, which is a fixed account for the members who don't want to utilize their monies in the near future.
Once a member joins Kimisitu, for you to be able to qualify for a loan, you usually contribute for 6 months. But we also do have a product whereby a member can be given after 3 months. This is the Karibu loan. When a member gets to qualifications, the member does their own application form. They are received at the front office. Then they are forwarded to the credit team for processing. That's the point you usually check the loan if it's filled in correctly. We check the guarantorship. We also check the eligibility to that rule, if the member is able to qualify for the loan, and we do approval for that member once he meets the set requirements. In case the member does not get guarantors to guarantee the loans. We have the loans whereby a member is able to witness using the deposits or use collaterals, for example, the land or the log books.
Our turnaround time for loans is 1 day for RTGS payments, 1 day for M-Pesa payments, and a maximum of 3 days for EFT payments. We have improved from the previous 7 days. 2 years back, it was 7 days for all loans, but right now we are doing a maximum of 3 days.
My name is Mary Nduta. I'm a member of Kimisitu for the last 10 years. I joined Kimisitu when I started working at Rockefeller Foundation, and I learned about Kimisitu from my workmates. Back then I believed saving money in the bank was the safest place, but after my colleagues told me about the amazing products, I made a point of visiting the offices, and that's when I made up my mind to join. My membership has been a journey. I've seen Kimisitu grow, and I've also grown with it. And it has made most of my dreams come true, because I started saving small, and the purpose of saving was to buy land. It looked like a far-fetched dream for me initially. But, you know, we got encouragement to keep saving, and at some point I just approached the Sacco for a facility, which we then made a search to buy land. And from the land, I had the dreams to just sort of have a family home, and mortgage looked out of reach for me. It looked like it would be impossible to finance. But with Kimisitu, my dreams have become a reality, because now they have an amazing product that is called Makao Halisi. And for me, I can just attest to the fact that Kimisitu has become my most reliable financial partner. The process for us was pretty easy and fast at the same time, because as soon as we provided all the documentation for the requirements, Kimisitu dispersed to commence the project within 4 days. The customer service at Kimisitu is excellent. After commencing the project, the staff would engage to sort of give updates if there are any changes to disbursements of funds, and they are constantly involved in assessing the progress, how far the project has progressed. And I can say that we were able to complete that entire process within 7 months, and we have moved into our home.
The customer service in Kimisitu Sacco has made sure that we are able to meet the ever-demanding customers' needs at the earliest time possible. Case in point, we have the call center, whereby we are able to pick 34 incoming calls inbound at any given time, as well as 34 outgoing calls at any given time. This means that if we have calls that have been dropped, the first thing in the morning the following day, we call back just to make sure that the members' issues had been addressed. On the other front, we have a very interactive website whereby you are able to chat us online. We also have a very interactive social media platforms, the Facebook page, the Twitter, and the LinkedIn, that we make sure that matters are addressed within 12 working hours.
In terms of communication platforms that we have implemented as ICT, I will start with our website, which is common both for public and specifically to our clients. So we use our website to get new clients and also to communicate the general information to our members. So our website, www.kimisitusacco.or.ke. So that is to the public. Then we have the specific, which we call the member portal. So from our website, they can access through a link indicated as member portal, or they can access through portal.kimisitusacco.or.ke. On the portal is where we are targeting clients specifically. So when a member logs in, they get their personalized attention. They're able to get their statements, they're able to get the trail of their loans, how they have been performing. They're able to do a self-appraisal. We have an online loan calculator that is linked to our system. So they are able to get real statistics as opposed to getting just an online loan calculator. They're able to appraise themselves to an extent that they are sure of the amount they will get when they apply. So from that online portal, they can see their statements, they can appraise themselves, they can apply for a loan. So they can apply for the short-term loans, they can request for guarantors, and they get notification online. So in terms of efficiency, we have taken it to our members. So they do not have to call the office, I need to this kind of form, like the membership form, the loan application form. Some may need to change guarantors, some may need to vary their contribution. Maybe they have been contributing 10,000, now they want to contribute 50,000. They can do the variation online. As Kimisitu continues improving in terms of systems and technology, we have acquired systems like business intelligence to enable us to do analytics on our data and be able to make informed decisions. With the business intelligence, we are able to reach untapped markets. We are able to do targeted communication, target marketing, and even be able to be competitive in the market. So we are continually improving as an organization, and overall in all this, we have to give assurance to our clients that the data they have given us, the information they have given us is secure. So starting from the systems we have implemented the top-of-the-art ERP, which we ensure that it is able to meet our needs, our current, and also as we grow, to avoid instances where we spend money and later we realize this system is not working for us. So we have ensured we invested in good systems that meet our current and future needs, but open to improvement continually, and more so ensuring that the systems are secure in both online and also on premise, so that even as we communicate with our clients, as they access their statements online, is anybody else accessing it? So we ensure that only authorized clients are able to access their statements online. We ensure that we educate our members and not share their passwords, not to access their statements from unsecured wireless access points. We also educate our staff in ensuring that we keep the privacy of our clients' data. So we are very keen on security of our clients in terms of data security, data privacy, and also integrity of data, so that you don't apply for a loan today, you have paid, then you come later, after 2 years you are told you have not paid your loan. So we ensure that there is integrity of data, there is confidentiality of data, and only authorized people are able to access the system. So that gives us confidence internally and also with our members, because our members will trust us when they are sure that the data they have given us, the information they have given us is safe.
We have an excellent performance management system known as the Balanced Scorecard, which helps managers and the entire team to link their day-to-day activities with the overall strategy. Why I like it is because it provides room for measurement, because what gets measured gets managed, and what gets managed gets done. So this model has been very significant to the society, since it has made sure that strategy, it has enabled us to ensure that strategy becomes the business for each and every employee.
My name is Wycliffe Ouma. For over 12 years I've worked with NGOs, and in the year 2012 I joined Kimisitu. In the year 2015, I started looking at my employment and realized that it was not very stable as such. And I talked to a number of friends about diversifying my income. And so within that, I was advised that if you look for a logistics vehicle, maybe it could be able to help you. And so I started doing my research here and there. And in the year 2017, I made up my mind that I want to get a lorry, a 10 tons lorry. I approached Kimisitu, they gave me the requirements. and told me that you can qualify for that. And so I was told that we are going to give 90% of the amount, but then you have to look for the 10%. So I was able to look at my savings and other avenues. And when I raised the 10%, applied for the loan, it was processed, and I got this lorry KCL 281P that we are using currently. This year, I'm trying to pull up my socks to see if I can be able to get 2 trucks. And with all these plans, I still have Kimisitu as my fallback in terms of the economic financing. And the good thing is that the Sacco has very diversified products that you can be able to fall onto.
Being a member of the Sacco is one of the best things I will say I have seen in my life. I remember back then we used to take small loans to buy plots, buy a car here, buy some house items. And out of that, it got to a point where, as a person, I said, I don't think buying plots without doing anything to the plots is adding value to the benefits of what I should be getting from Kimisitu. And it's out of that thinking that I approached the Sacco, and I took a loan that in my mind at that time was too much. And that's how Fina Gardens Resort was born. We have been able to grow the facility with 16 rooms, a conference room, a restaurant, and a swimming pool. All this would not have been possible without Kimisitu.
Kimisitu Sacco has well adapted to the constant changes that we experience in our socio-economic environment. As you are aware, regulations come in day to day from both the international community and from the government. At the same time, we have the financial sector having a rapid transformation in the more recent years. This calls for us as a Sacco being able to adapt to these trends, and not only to adapt but also to be above par or to go ahead of the pack to ensure that our membership are always getting the best services and products available in the market. Recently, we upgraded ourselves to a Tier 1 Sacco. This means that we have an asset base of more than 5 billion Kenya shillings. That essentially tells you that we are ranking among the best Saccos in Kenya today. Kimisitu Sacco's service model and product provisioning is what puts us way above our peers. These models that we have developed over time are what ensures that our members are able to access our products and services easier and in a more efficient way. This has also been propagated by the technological innovations that we've introduced in the recent past that has seen us even get the award of third best most efficient Sacco. At the end of the day, we want a member to have a different life from the time they join Kimisitu. That is our core mandate, that life of a member must change for the better.
We find one commonality with our members is that they work for the NGO industry. And this is an industry where a project can end abruptly. And that, of course, affects the pattern of your ability to pay for the loan. So where we talk about members, the effort you're trying to address is what we call tax planning with your salary. That means expose as little of your salary to the taxman by employing products like pension, house ownership plans, mortgage plans, and in that way you not only have your savings in Kimisitu Sacco but also in other institutions. Why do I say this? When you lose your job, it means you'll have all these savings which you can use to help address the loan that you have with Kimisitu. What does that mean? You're able to protect the guarantors that you had. You're also able to protect yourself from defaulting on that loan. Because now what happens is, if you default, it also causes your guarantors not to be able to address success in their life.
We do have a credit policy which usually guides us on the loan processing. And in every step in this process, we have staff, but every staff we do segregate duties to enable us control any risk, to enable us control risk. For example, the person doing the receiving of the application form is a different person from who is doing the appraisal. And also, again, the person doing the disbursement is a different person. We also have controls in the system whereby you're able to check the loan process. As we do the process, you're able to check and know where the process is. For example, during the application, you're able to check that on the system and know who has that application form, as well as when the loan is disbursed. We also do have SMSs to the members at the point of loan processing, whereby the member is able to get any SMS at any point when the loan is being processed. We also have systems whereby when the loan is processed and disbursed, we're able to check. We're able to run the reports, the arrears reports through the system and be able to do the corrections. And in case the member is not able to repay the loan, we usually call them to advise them. Like we do have a product by the name restructuring loan, to advise them to do the restructure for them to be able to pay their loans as per the schedule.
We ensure that corporate governance in the institution is functioning well. Essentially, this means that if we have the bylaws, are they being followed? We advise the secretariat through the audit committee. Under the audit committee is the board. Under the board are members. So for us, we ensure that at least there is credibility in terms of the financial and non-financial transactions.
The Sacco participates immensely in corporate social responsibility activities, for example, impacting the environment by carrying out reforestation in Kilgoris and Gong Forest. They also support the physically challenged in society through the Kenya Paraplegic Organization.
When Kimisitu team came, the place was bare before. Nothing was growing, but they advised and they said, you cannot leave the land to be idle the way it is. We want to help you people. We were so interested. So we mobilized the community to come and listen to what Kimisitu is doing. They decided to help us by supplying seedlings to us, doing our forest. So far, people got the interest and they have seen now the environment where they establish this kind of trees is different from the way it was. It is beautiful. If you look, it is a forest of its own. Not only encouraging to our forest, it is money in due time.
My name is Elsie Mulindi, and I'm the Chief Executive Officer for Kenyan Paraplegic Organization. And our role is to inspire, to enhance capacity, and to empower persons living with disability, specifically persons living with physical disability, to be productive members of the society. The support from Kimisitu specifically goes towards our psychosocial support pillar. And psychosocial support is the broad spectrum around one very important prevention messaging. It is important that people, do not predispose themselves to disability and situations that can cause them to have a disability. We did get a donation from Kimisitu that has gone into our psychosocial support pillar.
Every Sacco or cooperative's major aspiration is to participate in the Ushirika Day, which takes place every year for the last 9 decades. Kimisitu Sacco over the years has participated in the Ushirika Day and has won itself recognitions that place it among the leading Saccos in Kenya.
estate, yourself, don't overpromise yourself. Don't overpromise. Try to underpromise so that you surprise yourself.
With the accolades amassed over the years, the Sacco prides itself in education workshops to impart knowledge to its diverse membership. This is in line with our core values of a customer-focused institution that endeavours to improve the welfare of our Sacco members through customer excellency.
To ask us. People who ask are the people who get. Number one, you can refuse to pay a down payment. Do you know that? Did you know you can refuse to pay a down payment? Yes, you can refuse.
One of the key principles of SACCOs, as of the stage when they were formed, was to train its membership. Now, as a SACCO and as a board, we have taken that one as our key responsibility of training our members to ensure that they are well informed on our products and what business opportunities are out there. For the last 2 years, maybe I can be more specific for 2017, 2018, we have focused more on training our members on agribusiness. We have trained our members on transport businesses. We have trained our members on generally starting business entities. Key on this is to ensure that our members don't depend on the check-off from their salaries to pay for the loans they take. We want to see a scenario where members take loans and the businesses that they start services the loans as compared to waiting for the salary at the end of the month to pay for that. We focus on training our members also on products, be it new products, be it products which have been in place, but we appreciate the fact that we have new members. So we give this information so that the members are aware of what is available for them, what are the opportunities that they can take advantage of so that they serve themselves better.
After building my membership portfolio in terms of contributions, I had started before joining Kimisitu farming in my rural area in Western Kenya, specifically a place called Malava. It was a small scale. It was on a small scale then, and the salary wasn't enough to be able to support the farming activity. So after 1 year, my membership contributions were sufficient enough for me to be able to apply for a loan from Kimisitu. That was my starting point. I had to now expand my agribusiness because I had about 5 acres of sugarcane farming, and I had to, first of all, make sure that I improve the quality of my product from the process I had gotten from Kimisitu. And also this helped me to engage the local people to create employment for them as well. And as we speak now, the acreage has expanded. I now have 30 acres of sugarcane farming, and it's well done with about 30 people that I've employed on the farm. I have to give Kimisitu a compliment. I think they are fast in processing, but your paperwork has to be correct. And they are open to giving advice. And what we normally do from our end in our office is that we give orientation. So from the word go, I was given that orientation as well. And I've never had a problem in terms of processing my documents. And also they have a lot of information on the website, and you can be able to easily access that information, which is very straightforward. And you can apply. If you have a problem, you just call directly and they'll be able to assist you.
One of our main core values is transparency and accountability. That includes establishment of controls to ensure that the day-to-day operations that are conducted from within the Sacco internally are both accountable and are transparent.
We follow the procurement system of the government. That is, we use Public Procurement Act to guide us in our procurement processes. One of the key processes that the government has enacted in the public institutions is the annual tendering. Anytime we are buying goods, it must be publicly tendered to create competitiveness and to bring value to the society.
If we look at
the several policies of the organization. As the Audit and Risk Committee, we have to make sure that the society is actually following the policies as they are stipulated. Majorly, given the society is dealing with credit, major risks are usually in terms of credit, which again then we have to make sure we are able to identify them early enough and engage in some counter activities or counter policies which can then help us to seal in the risk. So also looking at the external audit in terms of the finances. Once the external auditor does the auditing of the accounts, then as the internal, the ARM committee, that's the Audit and Risk Committee, then it's our full responsibility to make sure the implementation of such.
What we do is that we check compliance. We ensure that everything that has been set and everything that has been put in place is working, and all the laws and rules and procedures are being adhered to by both the Secretariat and also the Board of Directors. And we report these on an annual basis at the Sacco AGM.
The future of Kimisitu is very bright. With the expectation of FOSA, then we will be able to improve on our service delivery. In terms of turnaround, the members will not wait for the 3 days for EFTs. They will have it on real time. We are also improving on technology. We are introducing a CRM and EDMS where we want to go paperless, and therefore we would not need members to come all over to bring their loan forms. And therefore the future is bright for us. We are going to provide financial services on a real-time basis.
We are also planning to build a plaza here in this place that Kimisitu bought. And also we are planning to grow our membership to over 12,000, and our main aim is to be customer focused. Those who are yet to join Kimisitu, I call upon you to join this circle, this great circle that has grown and is continue to grow, that we may partner to prosperity together.
Like a seed planted, watered over time, and growing into a tree that bears fruit, so is the growth of Kimisitu Sacco to its members. We envision a community that is thriving with financial inclusion which benefits each member and their families. Kimisitu Sacco, your partner to prosperity.